G'day guys and welcome back to the JFBS SuperCoach channel. And today what we're going to go through is the round one review for AFL SuperCoach. I'm going to go through this pretty quick because I've just spent 30 minutes yapping my head off and it just crashed my recording. So that's 30 minutes of talking just gone to waste. So I'm going to do this really quick. Round one's over. My scores come out and my rank, and it looks horrible. I will make a video on it very soon and what my plans will be throughout the week and maybe some other videos during the week as well. So we'll start off with Carlton Richmond. Went to the game. I thought, when there was 2 minutes left when the final siren went, so everyone was a bit shocked in the crowd. But going off SuperCoach, Stuart Cripps Jagger, very nice, especially for Jagger Smith. He finally pumps out a really nice score. People in round zero, overreacting a little bit. Shouldn't be overreacting anymore. Did very well. Walsh lost the battle but won the war. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Gordon versus Walsh conversation. And I went with Walsh. Very unfortunate for the people that went with Gordon, and now I'm going to have to get rid of him. But for me, with Walsh, I'm happy to have him, and he'll be staying on my team, uninjured at this current rate. Anyone else? Florent backed it up with an 81 as well. I thought Matt Carroll played like crap. So if this is what clangers are, I thought he just didn't do well. Looking back at the replay. Harry Dean with a 38. Bit yikes there if you went with him. For the Tigers, we got Short, Taranto, Nankervis, and Ross playing. Who had a ton, especially Shorty. He did really well. People that went with Banks with an 88, that's okay. Could have been better. People went with Lawler. This is probably what I'm expecting from him, about a 75 to an 80. He's a big impact player, but low disposals, and that's what I think it's going to be for the whole season. Sammy Grew with a 73. He played really well, I thought. It was him and Lawler that were just breaking the game apart when we were trying to come back, or when we did come back a bit. So, look, hats off to them, two young players. They'll be in our next premiership side, most definitely. I thought Steely Green played well, and Seth Campbell and Mansell. If you went with Gibcus, 56s, I don't know. I don't know if I'd take that or not if I had him. And there's not really anyone else to talk about there. Bombers Hawks. There's a little bit to talk about here. Merritt, without the captaincy at Essendon, goes 139. So very nice there. Redmond, Durham, the other 2 tons. I had Parrish all pre-season. Get rid of him because people speak on Twitter and I listen. And he pumps out a 93, which is what you want from him every week. Very annoying. Oh, it'd be more annoying if you had Jai Caldwell, though. 69 as your pod. Yikes. Blackiston. Look, you had 19 hit-outs and 9 disposals around the ground. Could have been a bit better, but look, what can you do? It was him or Windsor, and Windsor only had 8 more points than him. So, look, I'm not, I'm not filthy. So, yeah, look, that's okay. People that went Alachka, probably not the right move to go with. I say that and I went with bloody Dobberston. Hawthorn had 3, 6, 8 tons. Nick Watson with a 112. Very nice to see there. People who go with Connor McDonald as their pot up forward with a 103 is very nice to see as well. Not really anyone else. Maybe Weddle at 80. It's about what he'd probably average for the year, I reckon. No one else really to talk about there. Dogs Giants. Now, I didn't watch this game or the Geelong Freo game, so I can't tell you my, little bits of information who I thought played well or not. But same thing with Parrish. Had fun all pre-season. Fade him. He gives me 160. I actually hate myself. Tim English with 127. I'll definitely take that. People that stuck fat with Sam Darcy, congrats to you. He scored 99. That's probably what you want from him. People that went with Ed Richards, went from Bont to Richards. Interesting. That's all I'll say. Lucky Jacks did well with an 80. 112 AFL fantasy, by the way, but an 80 SuperCoach, which is definitely good. had him on the bench, which was even better. Butterick, 73. Took a bit of a back step compared to last week, but look, I'll still take a 73 for him. He'll still make about 150k for me. People that went with Fraser, not looking too good. My opinion. And the people that went with Selwoods, I said this last week, not that I expect everyone to listen to me and like disregard everyone else, but he had around 10 disposals last week and had a score of 78. And I said, I don't think he's going to be scoring, pumping out 78s, playing back pocket. He has 9 disposals here. Granted, like it's all forward for the Dogs, considering that they beat them by what? So that 81 points says it right there, Dingus. Scoring a 9, had an 83. It's not like that it seems like he played bad. It's just he's not getting the footy at pocket. So, a bit unlucky there if you went with him after round 0. But Giants, Ash bounced back. Callahan upgraded his game compared to last week. Riccardi, 99. He's looking all right. And Fonte with 83 as well. Whitfield with a 70. Yikes. If you have him, you're probably a bit disappointed there. I'd say that, and I have Jordan Clark. Clary, the 69, that's a bit crap as well. 26 disposals. Not looking good there, hey? Is that Toby Green having 12 players? That's unbelievable. 62. But 26 disposals, 12 players. Definitely affected his score. I think everyone was saying this, but Stephen Keneally over the 60, don't overreact over one game. He played a really good first game, and he's still playing half forward and produces a 60, so not looking too good there. And that's now in his break even for the next 2 weeks, compared to his hundreds and something, which is only for one more week. Briggs with a 20, Jesus. 15 hit outs, got mauled by Tim English, it seems. Cat Stalkers, other game I didn't watch. Got a lot to talk about with this one. Holmes, Stewart, Smith bounced back from last week. I think they had lower scores, maybe not Holmes, but Bailey Smith definitely did. Stewart, you're probably not having in your top 6 anymore, but had a Bruin with an 110, which is really nice to see. I started him, he was one of my tons, very happy. Geelong forwards, 8. Myers, Cameron, and Neil, 8 goals, 5 between Neil and Cameron. Humphreys with a 99, that's pretty cool. Is there anyone else really? Mitch Edwards, 15. I mean, they probably got mauled by Jackson, Darcy, and apparently Hayden Young had 1 hit out. I think he had 1 hit out before Edwards did. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I saw that on Twitter. Paddy Dangerfield will go down in price. That's nice. So far, I think Brad Close has had the most impact, just 0 impact footy. 83 tog and produces 4 disposals for you. Unless he's putting a lot of pressure on, that I'm not seeing. I mean, he didn't do that against Gold Coast. Don't know what's happening there down at the Cattery. But they did come back and win by 10 points, which I'll need to watch during the week. But Sarong was the right choice compared to Brayshaw. I really want to rage trade Brayshaw, but I can't. They're playing Melbourne and Richmond the next 2 weeks. Jackson's the other guy that I probably should have gone with. 142, 22 hitouts. Too good, hey. Isaiah Dudley had an 89, and same with Murphy Reid. If you go with Murphy Reid, not a bad option there. So good on you for going with that route. Hayden Young could have done better. He didn't have I think he went like minus 14 or something like that. Minus 10. He had a 90. Yeah, 62 in the first half and then has a 18 in the second half. Very annoying. What was his tog? 77. Jordan Clark, I don't expect this every week. I mean, his 74 disposal efficiency probably played into effect. A bit disappointing there. And of course, my pod for my team goes bang. 47. I'm speechless, but look, he's got Melbourne and Richmond next week, the next 2 weeks. I can't trade him out. He's a top 8 mid, for Christ's sakes. No one else really there that I'm thinking of talking about. Swans, Lions. Backman did well, didn't they? Blakey, Bison, Mills. Gordon, how unlucky with that injury late of the game, 112. Heaney as well, injury late, 60 Tog and 65 Tog between those two. J-Mac back to his big score last week with a 90, which is nice. He's got forward DPP, so we'll see if he continues to have a really solid mid-clock as well. Now that Gordon and Heaney are gone for the next couple of weeks. Grundy with an 89 is a little bit disappointing. Chad Warner with a 68. I had Sarong over Jakes, which was amazing. Brisbane, Zorko, Dunkley, Fort. Had the Huns there. Neil with a 73. Thought Reville had a good game. I know it only was 13 disposals, but he tried it. He gave it a crack. Zako Stelsky, thought he was all pretty good as well, playing down back. But look, it seems like that if Gardner's coming back, he'll be the first one out. Hopefully he sticks back with his role. So, yeah, Kadeen Coleman, that's pretty disappointing. If you've got him, it's not going to be doing much. Animal, it's probably staying around that price for a while. And it's probably out of the team as soon as old mate comes back in McCluggage. Oscar Graham with a 26 and Sam Draper with a whopping 26 too. 68 and 65 top. Really not many. Very evenly distributed across all those games. Pies Crows, I missed maybe the first 15 out of the 20 minutes. Watched the rest of the game. Houston was the other option. I had Jacos. I had the two Dacos brothers. But could have gone with Houston, 38-point difference, but that's okay. How am I supposed to know about that? No one really to talk about, hey. DeGoey, 56, yikes. I mean, Nick Dacos, but not going to talk about that much. 126 points, scored 2 goals. Very nice there. No one else. Adelaide, Laurel had a ton. Very nice there. He did pop one a bit late from Pendlebury. Braden Cook, he's a big talking point for SuperCoach because he'll be making some cash, it seems. I'm going to, because Philippu's out, I might bring him in this week. And then I might boost next week for the other 3 and kind of absolutely do well with my rookies. Dawson, 91, might go down in price a little bit, which is good. McAndrew with an 88. Thought he had a good game, actually. Had 13 disposals, 27 hitouts. Did better than Darcy Cameron on the night. So, Adelaide fans, I think you've got your new ruck there. He's only going to get better as well, which is good. Rochelle, 88 as well, if you've got him up at your forward line. And it's a little bit weird from Hubon. I'm glad I didn't go with Toby Murray. He had a 12. He's like 32 Tog. That is horrible. Horrible. Kangas Port. Watch this game. Parker, Stevens, Sheasel, all played really well. If you don't have Sheasel, you're probably not playing the game properly, unfortunately. Cherry, 128, had 16 hitouts, but he was a tackle. He's a tackle machine anyways, with 10 tackles anyways. LDU was the one that kind of tore that game apart. Foss played great as well, locking down Butters. I thought Trembath actually played a good game, and it was good by what's his face, Jack Darling, kind of bring him into the game. He had a 95 and only scored 1 goal. That's pretty decent. Good stuff, Darling. Blemeyer's had a 70. Very nice. I've got him in my team's 99k rook. Very nice there. A 60. Yuck. You're probably not going with him. He had a 64 token. I don't know why I went with Doniston. I could have had bloody Braden Cook over him. I have plenty of money in the bank. Oh, well. he'll be a trade out next week. Rosie with a 105, which was good. Butters, quite the third quarter. 24, 24, 12, 34. Bit crap, hey? Marshall with the 90, he looked really nice coming off half back, but just didn't do. Just didn't. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Come on, what are you trying to say? He did get injured. He couldn't finish the night well, which is unfortunate. And the rest of these guys are probably Bergman with a 56 is horrible. Had 12 disposals. I mean, Georgiades played well. Horn France is going to go down in price early. If you went with Watkins, you're probably a bit disappointed, but you can just swap out for Milan Murdoch, who we'll talk about soon. Melbourne Saints, we can't do it by quarter, but overall we can. Dawn and Van Rooyen played well. Look, if I was an owner of Keziah Pickett, I would look at that 74 as not disappointing because I thought he played a better game than his SuperCoach score. So just put that into perspective. I wouldn't be moving on from him. Seems like he's getting mid-clock very, very well. Wins with a 70, only 8 better than Blackiston, so really not much, can't really complain if you went with either or. If you had both and you're a bit like, well, could have been a primo, but that's okay. Jai Cully with a 63. Trent Rivers with a 55. Tholstrup did well against Naz. Latrell had a 45, so you're probably not picking him up. Max Hall, he's so good. 141. Sinclair, 123. Went him over Naz personally, so good for me. Flanders, 104. Everyone's got him. Naz had a big last quarter. He had a 55 across the first three, 33 in the end. So good on him there. But he's going to be losing money for you. He'll be one of the first upgrades with him in Whitfield after their buy round, I reckon, because they'll go down to at least around 550, I reckon. Who else are we talking about here? Carroll had a 59. I'll take that. He was on my bench, so wasn't a killer. Excuse me. Had 15 disposals. Oh, Philippou. When is he going to catch? He had a corky, so I don't know what that means. What do we do? I think we swap him to Cook. Do I do one trade this week and do 3 next week and capitalise on the players that I want to make money? Because there's no one that I don't have that I'm intrigued to get in this week. So Philippou will be probably out. I think Marshall will be out for maybe a week or two, hopefully, because I probably will keep him. Suns, Eagles, track 152. I wanted to captain him, but scored 4 goals, so that really boosted his score. Wits, 51 hitouts, 20 disposals. He was really good around the ground, I thought, but he's playing up against like C-tier level rucks, like possible D-tier rucks. Excuse me. So don't expect this every week. Nando, 132, very nice. It's not really. How easy is it to ruffle McAndrew's feathers? Goodness me. Lombard had a poor first half, but brought it back in the second half. Had a 55. Yeah, could have been better. And not really anyone else. But for the Weagles, Murdoch and Robertson. I mean, I started Robertson. I was surprised people didn't start him. I thought he was a definite starter. So that would have killed people. Murdoch with a 110. Very nice. I'll be bringing him in, not this week, but next week for some cash gen when I do my trades. Duggan and Yo with their 90s. McCarthy with an 86. He's a bit of a pod. Reed with an 83. That's okay. You're probably wishing a bit better. Dersman with a 78. I don't have him, but if I did, I actually wouldn't be too mad with this score. Yes, someone probably about 80k cheaper could have scored that amount as well. But look, I'd still take it. I wouldn't be disappointed with that. Lindsay with a 61. That's pretty decent. Like, that's okay. That's still getting you to around 300 and something K. The average of 60. You just don't want to pick that as your starting guy that you know that's going to be him averaging 60 for the rest of the year. But Lindsay with the, starting at the rookie price, still decent. Goodness me, people going with Duck Tyler, I question a lot. So 37, not good at all. Right, I think that's it to talk about. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me know who you thought played well, and yeah, give me your thoughts and feelings on the round. But bring on round 2 because I can't wait. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.